right, sorry about that. Had a little. I'll try this again. Hopefully the camera will stay working.
Yeah. That's great. What's up, Giovanni? How you doing, buddy? Yeah. Good morning, dog. How you guys doing today? That's a teaser. Good morning for San Diego. From San Diego, I'm sorry. Good morning. Please stand by. Yeah, exactly. 69 and sunny. Cardio capital of the world. Okay. Fort Worth. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you today?
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful.
Yeah, you know, it's like you sit here for 20 minutes waiting for the show to start, and then the camera dies. Right?
Correct.
And you're like, oh, that's awesome. That's
so,
awesome.
You were in Seattle. How was Seattle?
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
Yeah.
It's 54
always,
and sunny.
I mean, you know, it smells like piss. It's a beautiful place. Lots of walking. Vermont, 65, drizzly, but at least we aren't underwater anymore. Oh, that's good. That's good. Good morning, guys. 76 scattered storms. Salem, North Carolina.
Very nice.
Orlando checking in at 81. Oh, dude, it's so hot right now. Like, I know yesterday when we were on the show, everyone was like, hey, man, it's 90, it's 100, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. But like last night when I got home to go running, it was like 87, 88.
Okay.
But, you know, with the humidity, it was just like running through a wall of hell. Oh, my gosh. It was terrible. Good morning from San Diego. So I heard an interesting trivia question that really got me concerning California. And it was trivia like, what's farther west, like LA or Nevada, one of the cities and I was, California city is much further west. And it was like, no, it was actually because the way California comes down like this, and Nevada, like Los Angeles or whatever city in Nevada, it was like, no, it wasn't. It was really weird. It kind of like threw me off. I had to pull up my phone when we got into port. I'm not sure about weather here. I haven't got off the plane yet.
Oh.
It's going to be sweaty and hot.
Yeah.
Unless you're someplace else, in which case it won't. Good morning. Bakersfield, Cali checking in at 72 with a high of 104. Woof. Yeah.
It feels like 104 here.
When I went to one of the times I was in California, it was like 112. And, you know, they always say dry heat. Oh, it feels different.
There we go.
We're gonna try to make it through this show.
It's the heat, man. Seriously, the heat is breaking everything right now. Good morning from Texas. 109 yesterday. Wow.
Well, like like I was saying, it's just get plan B ready.
Yes.
I'm not gonna trust this. This one just probably will give us static, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So the charger, so technical difficulty is the charger port on the camera decided, because we've plugged it for like 3 years now, and apparently it stopped working. So we figured that out recently before vacation, And so we're having to do batteries, but the batteries, even though we have like 200 of them, apparently are all dead.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we're on vacation. But anyways, we're back. Let's just get to it.
Yeah,
I know, right? Jesus. You know, I would say,
Dean, you need
do
coffee.
you really need coffee or at least a cup? Nah, I'm good. I don't drink coffee. That's one of the things that oh, it's Josh.
What's up, buddy?
Josh?
Yeah.
Thought it was my Wi-Fi. Yeah, I know. No, it's funny. Yeah, I love the smell of coffee. I hate the taste of coffee. It's just one of those things. But regardless of that, let me do this real quick. Hey guys, if all the stuff we're going to talk about today we've stolen from CE Outlook, and it's only a small portion. It's only a small portion of the stuff that we think might be interesting to talk about.
Yes.
So if you'd like to either read the full story that we're going to report on and or see what else they got to talk about, make sure to head over to CE Outlook and give them some love, because she does an amazing job and keeps the show going. She makes news when news really doesn't exist, I have to say. It's kind of fun. All right, but let's jump right into it. We have new product news. Look at that. All right, let's go here. We'll turn that on. We'll go. No, can't go that corner. We'll go that corner.
Yeah.
Hertz ships first Harley system. So Electromedia, which is Audis and Hertz, has been expanding their line recently, and they came out with a really interesting shallow mount woofer. They came out with some various other products, small DSP, and they've really been headed in this direction. I know at SEMA as well as MasterTech, they had off-road little ATV vehicles there that were just obscenely amount of product.
I really like that one.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Those guys are awesome.
Yes.
But now they're moving their product line. They've come out with some hardware so that now they're going to be in the Harley Davidson line. So for those of you out there that are fans of the product and might have a Harley, well,
everybody wants a piece of Harley, huh?
Everybody wants a piece of Harley.
Or motorcycle.
Well, as the great late Larry Frederick said, it's because it's easy. Right, Marty?
What's up, Marty? Hey, I don't know. The thing is,
but hey, they got it.
It's awesome.
And
so they have a few packages. They have Sound Pack 1, Sound Pack 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. So, moving on.
Yeah, I mean that was it. I mean, there's nothing.
SSV launches switches. Yeah. So SSV is a company. Kicker works with them a lot. They make a lot of the metal brackets and plastic pieces. They were the first company to come out with the Jeep brackets. Yes, for sure, Marty. And there you go. Yeah. And good morning, Mel. What's happening, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Anyways, so they're basically the juggernauts of the off-road UTV.
Yes.
Sorry, I call it ATV. I meant UTV.
I mean, it's ATVs, UTVs.
I don't know. It's
two different ones.
Yeah, they're all that crazy.
A, B,
stuff.
C, D, E, F, G. Yeah.
But now they've come out with a 12 switch panel. 12?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 12 electronic switch panel. Yes.
And I don't. I mean, there again, I don't know the market that well, so man, that's a lot of stuff to turn on.
Yeah, but if you keep them on.
No, I can't keep in mind. I don't know what I'd be turning on. That's a lot of lights.
It's a lot of lights, radios.
I mean, I think it's a cool thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it'll be used in many different applications other than just this, because it's like it's a huge panel.
I mean, it's not a huge panel, but it's a lot of buttons. That's for sure.
I'm sure. Yes, if you needed to turn on and off, baby.
Exactly.
You could definitely Fast and Furious this thing.
What do you call the seat that goes
ejection seat?
Ejection seat. There you go. You have
An ejection seat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Fast and Furious. That's why. Now you have a
or
panel.
Mission Impossible or James Bond. You know, James Bond had the ejection seat.
Yeah.
That was like an original. You know,
Uh-huh. Or
lights,
maybe they
flames,
have
radio
machine
to-
guns. You
like,
see?
yeah,
Like,
machine
boom.
guns. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
But either way, that if you need 12 switches, like if you want to turn on every light bulb on your car,
The bazooka. Boom.
you know, you
I
can
got it.
totally do that. So SSV has finally done it.
Yeah.
4 apparently is for wussies now because we got 12, and it's pretty awesome looking. All right. Sony introduces new GS speakers and subs. So the big ES is where Sony is just like, we got ES back and we're doing all that. GS, however, has never really gone away. It's been around for a while. GS amplifiers, GS speakers, very Sony. Like that was the brand, that was the series, I should say, that carried the Sony flag.
Yeah.
While Sony was just kind of not knowing what it was going to do with itself. So it was just basically GS or nothing. And it was an awesome sounding speaker. Like GS has always been a very good sounding speaker. We sold it for a while just because why not?
I'm pretty sure we still have
I'm pretty sure we still have some too. But they finally updated the line, which is cool because it's been years since they've done it.
And I had the opportunity to touch it.
Oh, you did get to touch it?
I did.
Was that at Knowledge
That
Fest?
was at Knowledge Fest, Indiana.
Oh.
I went, grab it,
So the one thing that when I read the article,
basket is cool. I like it. It's nice.
Some people feel that way. No, GS is actually the question is
GS better than ES?
GS better than ES? No, GS is entry level. ES is the high end.
Yeah.
Depending on who you talk to, but
the ES is
it goes GS ES in their lineup. The one thing I thought was interesting, which is the tweeter right here in the middle, is that they say how the tweeter is smaller and easier to mount. Because in the ES line, that is not the case. That is the one thing that they really need to go back and like redo is the tweeter, because it's granted we've been notified by Jared that we can peel the glue off and remove it from the horn that it has.
At your own risk.
What's that?
At your own risk.
At your own risk. Yes.
It's just.
No, it is not related to the GS9. That was just
no. That was just
different. Pure chance. That was just pure chance. But no, they have nothing to do with each other. GS has been around forever. It's like that. Like I said, that has been the brand that Sony has been running since. That was it. Honestly, that was the only series Sony had here in the United States for a very long time, until like when they came out with the ES again. This was it. In Europe, they still have Explode. Yeah, they still have Explode. Yeah. But we for some reason didn't want to bring it over here again.
Here.
Well, the Americans don't want it. Let me rephrase that. The American consumers, like you guys, give it up if you'd like to get another Explode amplifier, because they have two still. They have a 4-channel and a monoblock, and they're black with silver writing. They look super sexy. They still sell those in Europe, and probably
that was very
everywhere else other than North America.
Debatable name, Explode. Oh no, we don't want
the Americans. Sony America just doesn't want any part of that. But regardless of that,
hey Eduardo,
they've redone the whole GS line, which is really cool. So
I'm just going to say the subwoofer is nice. I touch it.
The GS line has always been sexy. Yeah. It's always it was always a extremely well built product.
Yeah.
We'll see, but okay, so
they
haven't been neglecting the line. No, because like every year we get new ES stuff. So for the last 3 years, they've developed the ES line, and also we've got the new radios.
The new radios. Yeah.
So honestly, this is the most growth Sony's had in the car audio division in years.
Now
so
you
the
have
last 3 years.
Yeah.
it's been huge growth for them.
Well, I mean, some of these guys, like they have the 9500. That was the top of the line, and it's like stupid.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, regardless of all that, no,
yeah.
I'm not. What I'm saying is the amount of growth that they've done in the last 3 years compared to before that was nothing.
It's a lot.
So GS was it 3 years ago, and then when the ES was announced in Orlando at Knowledge Fest.
Yeah.
And we had 3 Knowledge Fests, and each Knowledge Fest we had new product releases.
Something.
Yeah. And now the ES line is huge. The only thing it's really missing is a DSP. But we have 2 radios in the ES line, a floating screen and a double din.
Yep.
This year we have a 6-channel, we have an 8-channel, we have a 4-channel, we have a monoblock.
Yeah.
We have all the speakers.
Yep.
Now I think don't we have a new 3-inch mid range?
Yeah.
So I mean we have the whole line is there. Now there again the GS is not that, but this isn't the Sony show, but moving on. Did you see this?
I saw the pictures and everything. Yes.
So it was one of the only text messages that came through during vacation. I was in a port. Beulah sent a mass text. I'm guessing that was like, "Go on and register to win."
Yeah.
So that's why there's a QR code. So Sony is sponsoring a race car, Mustang, and if you go onto the site and register, you
have the opportunity.
You have the opportunity to win something.
Win a race.
I don't know what there again. I just got the text message. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I can't do any of that, so it really doesn't matter. The guy finished the first race was this past week, and I believe he finished 7th. But they signed up. They signed up for the whole season.
Very nice.
So really, the story here is. There again, Sony, a car audio brand, but is backed by a much bigger company, is sponsoring a race car.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It's been done before, but not for a whole season.
Well, now that we talk about cars and racing and everything, Power Base also sponsor some of the NASCAR thing, I believe.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if they did a whole season though.
I don't know if they did a whole season, but
thank you, Bobby.
What I'm getting from this is like we should be building racing cars so they can sponsor us.
No, we should not be doing anything with race car.
100 laps.
Still disappointed. Sony never did anything with PlayStation for mobile. Nintendo did a flip down with a built-in Game Boy Advance. No, they didn't. Nintendo never did anything for a car. You gotta remember, man. No, they never did. There was some off-brand stuff.
Did you ever play PlayStation?
Of course.
Yeah.
Have I ever played it?
Yes.
Do I play it? No, I play like the original. I don't do video games. I mean, we used to put them in cars all the time. Actually, Nintendo. When Nintendo came out with the small NES, the micro, everyone was putting those. I actually just saw a picture of one of those this week. Someone put one in the glove box of a Tahoe. But that when when they came out with the small versions, and even the Sony, when Sony came out with a tiny PS whatever 2 or 3 or whatever it was, those were going in cars. But the flip downs, there was a third party company that came out with a hack, where you could plug in game cartridges, and then they said screw that because I'm sure they got a cease and desist. And then they just came with generic rip-off games that were clones of all the other stuff. Yeah. And then the controllers became even more easily usable. What's up, Elias? You're doing great today. Doing great today. And then we go, I'll go full Sony for my next car if it includes the one console. Yeah. I mean, hey, Fast and Furious, when the guy's sitting there before the race playing his game was always cool, but I don't know. I'm not a gamer, so I don't get it. Breathalyzer saved the day at some shops. So for those of you that aren't DUI people, if you get a DUI and you want to drive, you have to get a breathalyzer put in your car, and that is a device that every time you start up the car, you have to breathe into to prove to the car that you're not drinking. And if you have the passenger do it, and you're still driving, you're going back to jail for a long period of time. And also, it is not easy to do. Like, there's a whole like process to breathe into it, and there's beeps and there's cameras. And anyways, we looked into it a couple years back when it was starting to become a thing. My take on this is, damn, there must be a lot of alcoholic drunk drivers out there that this is becoming a revenue stream for retailers.
So I have a conversation with one of our good friends, and that thing is like was paying the bills.
Yeah, through COVID?
To like, like a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of drunk people.
Yeah. Well, I know James. He does it up in wherever he's at up north there, and he's redesigned his whole store for this. So like he has an entrance just for these people. He has a waiting room, and when I say just for these people that are having to use breathalyzers, he has a whole entrance for the breathalyzer group that have nothing to do with his retail store. He has a dedicated waiting room for them, and a whole counter of service. Because it's a reoccurring thing. Like you have to come back every 30 days.
You have to recalibrate, yes.
And you, the end user, have to pay for all of this.
Of course, yes.
So,
I mean, you make a bad decision. Pay.
Yeah, you pay dearly throughout the whole thing. And there again, it's one of those things where it was. I don't know how it is now, but I know when we looked at it, we're like, yeah, we're not doing this.
It's a lot of paperwork for sure, but
it's a ton of paperwork.
We didn't. I mean, you didn't want to do it. I don't know how to do it, so we decided to not do it. But some people, they make a good money from that.
Oh no, I'm not saying you can't make good money from it, but there again, you need a there
James
you go.
in Vermont.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, James in Vermont. Yeah, he's seen a whole operation he has. It's very well laid out. Yeah, no, James put a lot of effort into his.
It's a lot of drunk people in Vermont.
There's a lot of drunk people in Vermont. Let's see, what do we got here? I've installed a few, hilarious to say the least. Yeah,
exactly. For sure.
I think Connecticut, but I know it's Vermont, somewhere northeast. Yeah, it's somewhere up there. And you've been there.
I mean, I remember we did one. We did one of those, and we had to go there.
It's truck driver for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had to go there and actually, like grab one of the pens and blow it just to test it. Here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't.
Yeah. I immediately, as soon as the guy was done telling us how to do it, I poo-pooed the whole thing. I was like, we're not doing this. Because it's a whole thing. Like, they have to come into the store. They have to watch a half-hour video. So you have to have an area where they can watch a video. Not disturb anyone else because they have to still have their privacy. And it was like, there's a lot of little hoops you have to jump through in order to do it, which some stores are perfectly fine with. But smart to dedicate area for this category. Yes. Oh, and that's the thing. You really need to have a dedicated area. But there again, apparently it's making enough money to where, yes, you can have a dedicated area. I'm honestly surprised.
I would have made that area painted and look like a bar.
That's mean.
So you can feel comfortable coming in.
Oh my god! So Haley, because of her studies in psychology, she had to go she had to do an AA class. Now it's all online. You don't even have to go to a meeting anymore. So
same thing for those things.
So she had to watch an AA meeting. Which she was like nervous as shit, and she went on just like, hey, I need to do this for class. All right, if I watch, because she didn't want to just be a lurker, as it were. But the reason why I bring it up is because like Vermont man is required to be drunk to live there. There you go. But on the cruise ship, the AA meetings that they had every morning, there's an AA meeting every morning, and it was in the freaking Cadillac bar, which was the most bar there. Like it was. I mean, but I'm just saying it makes sense. No, it makes no sense. It makes no. It was the coolest bar in the world. If you're gonna have an AA meeting, you're gonna have it. Like, oh my gosh, it was so bad.
Yeah.
Here in Vermont, it's big business. I'm opposed to. I need. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And this is one of those things that they've talked about, just putting in cars, like when you buy a car, it has a some way, something like on the steering wheel where it can,
it feels your reactions.
Yeah, and it's like,
how sweat
God,
you are. Then it's gonna look in your eyes and say,
as a non-drinker, I find it very intrusive in my life.
Yeah.
All right, let's carry on here. So Porsche is the first to get new CarPlay features built into the radio. This is actually really cool because this to me just screens a combination of iData and any radio manufacturer because like iData is obviously piping all this information into the radio anyways. So I see Kenwood, I see all the aftermarket radio manufacturers just chomping at the bit to have access to this because there's no reason. Like I know in my car, which is the factory, the Mustang, when I need to adjust the air conditioner or some of the features that I have to adjust, I have to get out of CarPlay to do, and it's just aggravating. Like even the factory radio, I don't know why I don't have like, it's like I have to go here. I have to have like 3 buttons to get back to FM. Or I can just use the button on the steering wheel, but that's no fun. So basically what we're looking at is features that are getting added into CarPlay that you'd think should be there anyways. So if the car is reporting air conditioning data and stuff like that into the radio, it's now porting through the radio into the CarPlay app as well. So you don't have to exit out of CarPlay. You can go through and just hit the AC button and adjust these, or I'm guessing probably make them shortcuts on the front in the settings.
So one of the shortcuts that they're going to have with this update is voice recognition. So you can say, turn it up, turn it down. So you don't even have to touch it. It's so cool. Yes. I'm excited, dude. You know, for the Porsche people, that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing. They're just the first ones to get it. It's obviously going to trickle down. I'm sure this was at the Worldwide Developer Conference that they had all this stuff. If you have a Porsche, newer Porsche, you might be able to be qualified for this update. There are a few Porsches that are available. It is just an update. So it's not like you have to buy anything. You know, the problem
you have to buy a Porsche if you want these features.
CarPlay needs a 5-star app for sure. I agree. I don't know what the app would do, but
it will notify you when we have a video up.
I'd want it to do more than that.
I mean, of course, but that would notify you like, hey, your breathalyzer store is down the street.
It's been 2 months. It's time for your appointment.
Yes.
That's it, guys. That's the news. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. It has been great getting back in here and doing it. We only had slight technical difficulties, as would be expected anytime we come back from vacation. And nothing is ever going to work right. We got a full docket for you, though, so make sure to tune in tomorrow, Saturday, for the regular Saturday show, Monday show next week. It'll all be back in full effect. We'll have some downloads for you.
Before you go, hang on. We're going to have. I was trying to fix it, but
I don't.
No, I don't even know.
Don't even worry about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. You can fix it tomorrow. Basically what he's saying is, don't forget, if you're in Dallas, August 24th, we're going to be at Jay's tent doing a live event.
Yeah.
So make sure you get a chance to, if you're in the area. August 24th, 12 p.m. Be a bunch of guys there. Jeff Smith, Brian Mitchell, Andy Waymeyer, and son. Yes, there'll be cars to hear. There'll be food to be had. It's going to be a pretty awesome time.
We have the next one.
So this Sunday, there's a car show or sound off at OTS here in Oldsmar, as well as this is coming up, Battle of the Bay, August 19th through the 20th, so the weekend before. This is a big event. This is at the Stinger headquarters here, or AMP Global headquarters here in Florida. So this is going to be a big event. It's a 2-day event. Jeff's going to be here, obviously, because it's in his backyard, literally in his backyard.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We'll be out there Sunday, of course. That's all we got for you. This is the news. You now know it all. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.